The scholarship is named after Heather Dempsey, who was a graduate of our department in 1997, who went on to do great things after finishing a master's program at the Yale School of Forestry and Environment. Went on to work in environmental nonprofits, both in Washington, D.C., as well as in California. And we really, in one sense, are looking for folks that have that sort of Dempsey spark, that they are passionate about what they do and they have passion for making the world a better place. And I think that's what keeps me involved in it. And it's what I see best about working with these students is you see that focus and you see that passion, and it just gives you hope. First off, we're a department as opposed to a program, which means that we have dedicated faculty, dedicated space. We have our own hearth. There is a there. There's a, we have critical mass. And I think that's a thing that really separates us from many of the programs that exist elsewhere. We are called an environmental science department as opposed to environmental studies, and we've done that very purposefully. Even though when you come into our department and you major, or even if you minor, we want you to develop both competency on the science side as well as competency on the society side. You can focus on climate change, you can focus on natural resources management, you can focus on geology or earth systems, you can focus on political ecology, you can focus on environmental health. All these are opportunities within our major.
Myself, I focus on education and environmental injustices that impact access to education, but I have so many other peers who within the scholarship and within the department are working within fields of policy, forestry, public health, and so many different realms that I didn't even know were possible going into the major, but I have learned so much just through working with them.
I'm someone who really focused on the getting into university phase, and now that I'm here, I was wondering what the next step was in terms of major and career advancement. Some of the Dempsey scholars recognized that not everyone in environmental science had the same background knowledge and awareness of different opportunities in our field, like REUs, CAPs, and various internships and research studies. So we're planning an event just to spread that information around. It definitely helped broaden my own horizon and helped me think of several ideas for what I can look into to help build my resume and get experience in the future.
I love the Dempsey Scholarship because it's a group of like-minded student leaders and passionate environmentalists that I get to learn and lead with. The environmental science department is fantastic, and everyone is so nice and wants you to be happy and thriving inside and out of class.
We actually ask our Dempsey scholars to be leaders within the department. So Dempsey scholars take on leadership roles within the department in terms of planning events, which can be social or they can be academic. They can be hikes to local areas. They can be service activities. We're really looking for that leadership that they've demonstrated even prior to coming to Willamette to continue within the department, so that we really are also in one sense training them to be change agents when they leave Willamette as well.
The best part about the Heather Dempsey program for me has been being able to step into these leadership roles within the department, get to work with faculty, peers, and other scholars to plan events that are meaningful for my campus community.
It's easy to just want to take time in your first semester to adjust to the university experience, and I definitely had some of that, but I'm really glad that I was able to immediately jump into a leadership role in this environmental science community so early in my student experience. I already feel better connected to my future major, and I enjoy the fact that I have an active role in its administration by helping to market it and design all the activities and socials that bring students together.
Not only working with our group of scholars to brainstorm community events and boost the department Instagram, but I've been able to get involved with groups like the Climate Action Alliance Club on campus and environmental projects like the Stewarding Our Oregon Oaks grant project that fellow Dempsey scholar Angie is a project leader on.
They have hosted environmental film festivals over a course of weeks, field trips to the Columbia River Gorge, to Silver Creek Falls, of course, out to Xena. Xena Forest is the university's 305-acre research forest and kind of sustainability experiment station. We have about 150 acres of it that it's devoted towards ecological forestry. That's kind of a high-grade version of sustainable forestry. We also have 150 acres that's devoted towards restoration. And then the final 5 acres is the kind of gateway area where we have a classroom facility. We have Xena Farm, which is sustainable agriculture. We have, I think it's almost 7 miles of hiking trails, and those are available for recreational use. A lot of the Dempsey scholars have led hikes around those trails. Dempsey scholars are also involved right now on several research projects out there with regards to both sustainable forestry as well as some of the ecological restoration activities that we're doing out there.
One of my favorite experiences in the environmental science department so far has been working with Professor Karen Erebus on her oak salvage project. The second semester of my first year at Willamette, there was a pretty big ice storm. And with some of the after effects of that storm, there were a lot of downed trees. And so Professor Erebus was able to make the best of that situation by starting a dendrochronology research project. And so that's been a really cool experience that has provided me with a lot of time in the lab. But also it's just been really exciting because it's kind of a different branch of science that I had really never heard of before I came to Willamette. And now I've been able to see step by step the scaffolding of putting together a full research project.
I am working on independent research regarding utilizing underwater robots, also known as remotely operated vehicles, to recover derelict fishing gear in coastal ecosystems. Thanks to my role as a Dempsey scholar, I've been able to find a professor that is willing to advise me on this project, and so this has been a really great outcome.
So one of the classes that impacted me the most, that I felt I had the most unique experience taking, challenged me to write my own grant proposal on research that I could possibly do. It was a grant proposal that I was super passionate about and got the life skills and practical skills to learn how to write a grant proposal on a topic that I was really passionate about, which led me to understanding different topics in a way that I didn't know before.
I think one of the real advantages of being a Dempsey scholar at Willamette University is that you are part of a community. The environmental science department is very tight-knit. You are going to be working with your faculty members on a daily and even hourly basis, whether it be in the classroom, whether it be in the lab, or maybe whether it's in the field. But on top of that, we have a really strong cohort within our students. That is that it's not only that you'll be working with your faculty, but you'll be working with other students.
The Heather Dempsey program has been one of the most important aspects of my life on campus so far. This is because I've met some of my closest friends through the program. I can count on them for anything, whether it is spontaneously planning a campus event, pulling a late night study session, or having a fun night going out to our favorite sushi restaurant.
My favorite part about being a Dempsey scholarship is the community that it's surrounded me with. I've had the opportunity to meet and work with upperclassmen that are excited to talk to other students about their experiences and offer advice. I've also met some of my closest friends through the Dempsey program, and we've taken many of the same classes together. From the start of the first semester, we formed a study group that has continued throughout the year. We help each other with all of our classes, even the ones we aren't taking together. And while we all have our own unique interests within the environmental science, we are all very supportive of what the others want to pursue.
Being able to hear about the internships and courses that other students are participating in is not only super helpful for exploring my interests, but it's just so much fun.
I find overall we're a really supportive group who just want to see each other succeed.
And I hope I get to meet and hang out with all of you soon.
Just congratulations and welcome to the department and to the Dempsey Scholars. we're really looking forward to meeting you in person and getting to know you over the next few years.
Cheers, Bearcats!